Building support for policy proposals. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our policy series. Today, we're going to delve into a crucial aspect of policy making, building support for policy proposals. We'll be drawing on practical examples from the field of social and economic development, particularly in the public sector of developing economies in Africa. So, let's get started. The first step in building support for policy proposals is to engage key stakeholders. These are the individuals, groups, or organizations that have a stake in the outcome of the policy. Strategies for building support can include consultation, collaboration, and negotiation. For instance, in Uganda's efforts to reform its agricultural sector, the government engaged farmers, agribusinesses, and international donors to build support for its policy proposals. Advocacy plays a crucial role in policy making. Advocacy involves promoting a particular cause or policy among the public and decision makers. It can help to build public support for a policy, influence decision makers, and bring about policy change. For example, advocacy by civil society organizations played a key role in shaping South Africa's progressive HIV/AIDS policies. Effective communication is key to building support for policy proposals. This involves clearly articulating the policy's objectives, the rationale for the proposed actions, and the expected outcomes. It also involves listening to and addressing the concerns of stakeholders. For example, in Kenya's efforts to improve its education system, the government used clear, accessible language to communicate its policy proposals to the public, educators, and other stakeholders. In Uganda, the government's efforts to reform the agricultural sector provide a good example of building support for policy proposals. The government engaged key stakeholders, including farmers, agribusinesses, and international donors, in the policy-making process. It also used advocacy and effective communication to build support for its policy proposals. In South Africa, advocacy by civil society organizations played a key role in shaping the country's progressive HIV/AIDS policies. These organizations used various strategies to build support for their policy proposals, including public awareness campaigns, lobbying, and litigation. In Kenya, the government's efforts to improve the education system provide another example of building support for policy proposals. The government used clear, accessible language to communicate its policy proposals to the public, educators, and other stakeholders. It also engaged key stakeholders in the policy-making process. In Nigeria, the government's efforts to diversify the economy and promote non-oil exports provide a further example of building support for policy proposals. The government engaged key stakeholders, including businesses, trade unions, and international trade partners, in the policy-making process. It also used advocacy and effective communication to build support for its policy proposals. In conclusion, building support for policy proposals is a crucial aspect of policy making. It involves engaging key stakeholders, using advocacy to promote the policy, and communicating the policy proposals effectively. By doing so, we can increase the likelihood of policy success and contribute to social and economic development. As we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with some questions for reflection. 1. Can you think of a policy in your country that successfully built support among key stakeholders? 2. What strategies can be used to build support for policy proposals among different stakeholders? 3. How can advocacy contribute to policymaking? 4. Can you identify a policy in your country that was effectively communicated to the public and other stakeholders? 5. What are some challenges in building support for policy proposals in developing countries? 6. How can we ensure that all stakeholders are engaged in the policy-making process? 7. How can we ensure that policy proposals are communicated effectively to all stakeholders? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. I look forward to reading your insights. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful discussions on policy and development. Remember, your engagement helps us reach more people and make a bigger impact. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep making a difference. This is Felix, signing off. Subscribe, like, and share. Credits goes to Policy Frontiers channel, your premium YouTube educator.